Thanks for joining our Web 2.0 class. This is your instructor, Teresa Pelkie. In this class, we will look a little more closely at understanding some of the technologies that made Web 2.0 possible. The difference between Web 2.0 and 1.0 applications is primarily due to the changes in the behavior of the web page, how the web page responds to a user action. The design, navigation, and linking pretty much stayed the same, but due to the development of different technologies, the web page was able to behave differently. HTML stands for the Hypertext Markup Language. It is the language that the web page is written in. It consists of tags or elements. These tags describe the structure and display of the page. Here is an example of an HTML heading tag. It is heading level 2, and it will display this content in the browser in a particular way. So the web page is primarily consists of HTML elements. CSS, Cascading Style Sheets, was later introduced to format the elements. And the important contribution was that it enables separation of the content from presentation. This is an example of some CSS code that would exist in the web page. We had a HTML style tag, an ending style tag, and we have some CSS rules applied to our H2 tag from the previous example. This allows us to put the formatting in one section so that we are more free to work with the data. JavaScript really added a lot of interactivity. It is a language that runs in the browser, not the server, and it allows us to manipulate the elements on the web page. For example, in this link, this is an HTML tag, we can call a JavaScript function, which is not shown here, that will do something on the web page when we click on this link. Dynamic HTML or DHTML and the document object model are two other technologies that work with the HTML document, CSS, and JavaScript, which allowed the Let's take a look at some HTML in the browser. Here we have a very simple web page, and if I look at the source code of this web page, I will see I have some HTML tags. I will also see that there is some JavaScript code. Here is more JavaScript code. And here are my style sheets. The interaction of these three technologies allows us to click a link and go to another page. Notice the URL has changed. Now, by using JavaScript, and the document object model, we are technically using this technology called DHTML, Dynamic HTML. And if you notice the URL, when I click and I get some information, and I click and that information disappears, my URL is staying the same. It is not changing. So we have the foundations of being able to just make changes in the web page dynamically without a trip to the server. Server-side technologies were soon developed. They enabled more powerful processing. Now we can connect to a database and display information on the web page. But the browser still needed to wait for a reply while we were connecting and receiving the information from the server. Common server technologies used in today's web development: PHP, ASP.NET, and JSP. To get a better understanding of server-sided technologies, this is a document using PHP code. It is a normal HTML document with HTML tags. It can also have CSS and JavaScript. But intermixed with our client-sided code, we have server-sided code. So here we see the PHP in the same file as the traditional web code. When we look at this from the server, if we look at the source code, we do not see the PHP. We only see the HTML because the PHP is processed and the result is sent back as HTML. So here we are executing some server-sided code using PHP. This document is an XML document being viewed in the browser. It is styled with CSS. If we look at the source code of this page, we will see our XML code. The tags identify the data and the structure, although here is our style sheet that is displaying the data. So we see the power of an XML document being able to be used as a data source, and all we need is another technology to allow us to display it in the web browser.